Hey, welcome back to the Pre-Prod Podcast. Number?
This is point
5. Point 5. That's
point
right.
5. Well, or is this point 6?
No, we don't. We can't do it by segment.
Okay.
We got to do it by show.
So So this is point 5.1.
This is point 5.1.
All right,
Point 5.2 then. Would we? Oh, we'll have this argument later.
Yeah, we'll have
this. Is the second segment of this podcast.
Yeah, and we just wanted to bring you some of the stories that we found absolutely hilarious this week.
Yes, they're phenomenal.
So, Aaron, you said you wanted to take this first one.
I do want to take this first one. This one is quite my favorite, I think, of the three.
Yeah.
As of this point, a plane had to land.
I think you should preface plane, just because of what happened this week. That we wanted to bring something funny out of that tragedy.
Yes, we did.
Because we debated.
We did. We had a fight.
About
if we should
talk about
this plane story being so close to the tragedy.
Yeah, or the potential attack, or whatever it is.
That's right.
But this story is funny. It involves fuzzy animals.
It does. It involves sheep. I gotta go. I gotta go with it.
Okay, I'll let you run.
A plane landed early. It had to take a detour stop because their alarms were going off. Their fire alarms and their gas alarms and their what was it? Methane?
The biohazard.
The biohazard alarms went off, and they had to land. And they found out that it was all the sheep. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. What was it, 2,100?
It was 2,186 or 4. I've got the number here in front of me.
Yep,
Either way, a lot of
sheep. And they passed gas, and they shat in the cargo hold
everywhere.
To where they made the alarms go off in the plane.
The way I read it was, apparently the plane had, if you don't know, there's a lot of livestock on any of your flights, outside the U.S. If you're not flying domestically, odds are there's cows and sheep and goats in the cargo hold of your plane. This would just happen to be completely filled. It was a cargo liner, but apparently they hit quite a bit of turbulence, getting up to 30,000 feet or whatever their cruising speed was.
Shaking a bunch of sheep.
So
shaking a bunch of sheep.
So any wild animal, or not wild animal, but any animal period, when they're in a plane and it starts shaking, they just started shitting and farting all over themselves, and I imagine crying a little bit.
I imagine a lot of them were in tears.
And so, it's apparently they do this all the time, so something would have had to happen because they're flying sheep and livestock everywhere.
Yeah.
But they just lost their shit, proverbially.
They did.
Literally.
They lost their shit.
I was going to say proverbially, but literally lost their shit.
They literally
and
lost
it made everything go off, and they had to detour. But my favorite part of the story was those never open emergency hatches.
Yeah.
They had to open everything on the plane. They had to take all the sheep out. They had to open up every door.
They had to air out this plane.
And they had to air out the plane, which took 4 hours when they could have been.
I would love to know if any of the sheep died. Because of it. It was that bad of a gassy smell. That would be what I would... I know.
Yeah. This story is from... This story is...
Is this the sheep story still?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember whether it's by
Carla Guillermo. This past week.
Yeah, it's been around, but this is I'm reading this off of Atlas Obscura right now.
Atlas Obscura,
but,
and then you can find their website in the descriptions below.
Mm-hmm. But
I want to move on.
I think I've got a lot to say about the Chick-fil-A one.
All right, go.
Just because my experience with Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Anyways, Chick-fil-A was in hot water this week because apparently in Tennessee they made a donation to a LGBT film festival. It was called the Level Ground Film Festival, and so as soon as the right-wing media caught up, they're just oh my gosh, Chick-fil-A. And the reason it's relevant is because in 2012, Danny Cathy, the CEO, came out with that big stance of Chick-fil-A is a Christian organization and we don't condone those those gays or whatever he said.
Those gays.
And then even better, like he's a presidential candidate right now.
Really, he is.
Mike Huckabee. No, not Danny Cathy.
Mike
Huckabee like came out in such support of Kathy that he declared a national Chick-fil-A appreciation day, and like the place was just packed, and it was just nothing but like mullets and church camp shirts
and my pleasures. There was a ton of my pleasure.
But this story hits close to home to me because when they did that in 2012, a friend of mine and I made a song, like making fun of it, and it was called Chick-fil-A is sucking dicks again. And like the chorus was I'm a faggot for freedom. Like, I'm a faggot for freedom, give me the right to choose. But I had a music channel. I had a music channel up for my band, the Dooley Pumps at the time, and there were like 3 or 4 music videos, and then I went ahead and put that one up there. And it wasn't 2 weeks they had that pulled down and like completely pulled off. And that'd be one thing if they did that, but they also pulled down like all my other music videos. There's like 3 other music videos and like just a couple songs.
So they couldn't stop. They didn't stop there.
No, they didn't stop there. Like as soon as the Chick-fil-A algorithm robots like found negative press, shut it down. Like they shut it down. And I had to go through a bunch of red tape, man. Like I had to email a couple people at Google and say like I'm fine if I don't get that video back, but like give me this and that.
Yeah, we've actually talked about this before, and it's actually one of the reasons why you can find a lot of our links and different things that we get information from in our description. Mm-hmm. And so if you keep looking down there, I mean, you're going to find most of the things that we talk about that isn't really our own. And so that is
if I find that video, it'll be in the description.
Yes,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we have time to hit the last story.
All right, let's do it.
The last story, and you proclaim. All right, Uncle Aaron. You declared your knowledge of Iranian culture
is none. I don't know even where the country is located. It's ridiculous.
Well,
but they are Iranians.
Yes, they
Correct?
are.
They are Iranians. Do you know their denomination of money?
I don't actually.
You don't know?
No.
What do they speak?
I think it's tears.
They
speak Arabic.
They speak Arabic.
No, it's American scalps.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Oh, we haven't been to war with them yet.
Oh no.
But the story is they opened a KFC in Iran, and it wasn't open more than 24 hours because it was said to be like too Americanized.
It's too Americanized.
But this is where it gets interesting because it wasn't the food.
No,
it wasn't the food or anything like that.
Well, what they had to offer, it was.
Somebody had the bright idea that like the new KFC emblem, and I'm looking at it right now, and we might splice it in post. But the new emblem for their advert is red and white stripes, and then Colonel Sanders on the side, like where the stars would be. So it does. You can't. What do you resembles
think? The American flag.
It does resemble the American flag.
It's ridiculous.
So I just kind of laughed at myself, and like this, some secret police guy comes in and he's like, "They've infiltrated us."
Who was the Iranian who had the great idea to open this KFC? Because it's a franchise, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was some guy who thought it was okay, but then all of his friends now just hate him to death.
Yeah.
He had to move. So he's actually opening a KFC in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn?
No.